Welcome to Math 2008 Numbers and Operations. This is Dawn Hopkins, your instructor. And I want to take just a few moments to give you an overview of how the course is set up in BlazeView and a few links or tabs that you might want to visit over the course of our time together. First thing I want to talk about is the home page. On the right side of the home page, you have a visual table of contents, which has the Start Here module and then all of the modules that you'll be working through this term, including the final exam. You can also access this material by clicking the Content tab or the Content link at the top of the page. On the left side of the home page, there's a space for announcements. Anytime that I need to message the class as a whole, and that will typically be once a week, though at the beginning and end of the term a little more often, announcements are going to be posted on the left side of the home page. Right now, I'm recording this before the start of the term, so there's no announcements here. But as they post, this is where you can find them. You can also dismiss them from the home page if they get too busy for you, but they're not lost forever. If you click on the Communication tab and go to Announcements, all of the announcements from the course will be saved there. I do want to point out two other things in this Communication tab. The first one is email. If you need to email me throughout the semester, you have two ways of doing that. You can email me through Outlook, and that email address is djhopkins@valdosta.edu. But you can also email me through BlazeView just by clicking on that button. Does not matter to me which way you message me. They're both going to get through. The last thing that I want to mention under this tab is discussions. We don't have any formal graded class discussions, but I do have a welcome thread where you can introduce yourself to the class. And then I also have one with questions and comments. I'll actually have a few more videos posted here. And if you have any questions throughout the term, if you don't want to send me an email but would rather post here, if you think it's something that would benefit the class as a whole, you are welcome to do that. There's one other thing that I want to mention before I finish up this video, and that's under the Assessments tab. Your homework assignments and your chapter tests and the final exam are all going to be done within the MyLab software, and I have another video that's going to cover that. But if you want to check your grades in the course, you want to go to the Assessments tab and then click on Grades. Your grades will be imported shortly after you finish an assignment in MyMathLab. It's not always that split second. Sometimes it can take a few minutes, and there's occasions where it can even take an hour or two for that grade to be imported. But your grades will automatically come over from MyMathLab to BlazeView, so you can check your grades here. And I do want to mention one thing because I do not want it to catch you off guard. I will drop the lowest chapter test grade and the two lowest homework grades. The way the system is set up in BlazeView, when you take your first chapter test or your first two homeworks, it will automatically drop those grades because they will be your lowest grades. But as you complete more assignments, it will automatically drop the lowest one. So if you go into your grade book, especially at the very beginning of the term, and you see a grade is dropped, that's why. I didn't want anybody to worry. If you have any questions for me, you can post it again in that question and comments discussion, or you can email me. But I'm looking forward to working with you this term.